What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with my next college football video. I've been doing a few videos recently talking about the best or the worst or the most improved teams in college football, the NBA, the NFL, a lot of stuff. So today I want to do the worst team in college football. Now I'm going to do the worst team, who I think is going to be the worst team overall, and then the worst team in the Power 5. Worst team overall is obviously hard to gauge because you never really know. But again, this is just my take on it. So let's start with the Power 5, probably the more intriguing part of the video. And it's pretty obvious who I think it's going to be, but I think it's going to be Kansas. There's three teams that are probably going to duke it out for that bottom spot in the Power 5, and it's probably going to be between Iowa State, Kansas, and Oregon State. Across the board, they're kind of the three worst. Boston College, if I could name the worst team in every conference, I'd go Boston College, ACC, yeah. And then SEC would probably be something along the lines of Vanderbilt. Yeah. It's hard to do this. Pac-12, Oregon State. Big 12, definitely Kansas. And then Big 10, probably Rutgers. Anyway, I think the worst of the Power 5 is going to be Kansas, like I said. It's an uphill battle for David Beatty right now as a head coach. You can't have any opinion on him yet just because he was given so little. This team does have a little bit of talent. I've mentioned this before. I really like who they got at quarterback right now with Ryan Willis. I think I actually think he's a quality quarterback. And they have one of the better defensive players in the Big 12 in Fish Smithson. It's kind of like Ben Heaney a few years ago where, kind of a diamond in the rough sort of player. Kansas went winless last year, I believe 0-12 overall. Yeah, and 0-9 in conference. Now, do I think they're going to get a win this year? Yes, because they're playing a Rhode Island team that only won one game in the FCS last year. So if they lose that game, then not only are they the worst team in college football, they are then one of the worst teams in the FCS, which puts you in territory that I don't think any team wants to be in or has been in my recent memory for college football. So, I don't think Kansas is going to be the worst team. I don't even think they're going to be close. I think they're still going to be top 100. I believe there's 129 total teams in the FBS. So, who do I think is going to be the worst team overall? It's a good question. I think it's going to be the Charlotte 49ers. Team that made the jump, last year? And, for a school that's, if anything, a basketball school, it's a big school, but they just don't have the resources they need right now to be able to command a decent FBS program. They actually do have a little bit of experience, especially with the wide receiver spot with two seniors in Trent Bostic and Austin Duke. And then they're led by a senior running back in Khalif Phillips and junior quarterback transfer Kevin Olson. So, they might be able to field something. Let me check where Kevin Olson transferred from. The name sounds familiar. Anyway, this is a team that... he transferred from... Sorry about this. Miami. So... was it a quality program at one point in time? You never know. Like I said, sometimes these programs that are at the very bottom of college football, I mentioned this about every team, when you're just doubted to the point that just no one has any expectation for you, you got nothing to lose. Because literally, people, all they expect you to do is lose. So, you know what? It's easy to get ahead of the game. Kansas, on the other hand, if they go winless again, will be even more of the laughingstock of the Power 5, which I don't think they want to be. They're already given pretty much nothing to work with for a Power 5 team at least, and I don't think it wants to be I don't think they want it to be any worse than that. Like I said, I think they'll get a win this year. Anything is better than going winless, obviously. So, you know what? Hope for the best for Kansas, even though, we've had Kansas and Oklahoma State have had intriguing rivalries in the past. For y'all don't know, I'm an Oklahoma State fan. Go to the school. So, I just want to see the Big 12 do well. I don't ever want to see a Big 12 team in the cellar of anything, especially not being the worst team in the Power 5. Considering it is very, very likely that two of the worst 5 teams in the Power 5, even two of the worst 3 teams in the Power 5 are in the Big 12 between Iowa State and Kansas. Granted, I think Iowa State's headed on the right direction. I don't think they're bottom 5. I think that a team like Oregon State or a team like Boston College or a team like maybe even like Arizona State this year, having a down year, Iowa State would be able to beat Rutgers. If you just name a few examples. But anyway, like I said, not that much to cover in this video. I just wanted to give you guys a brief overview on who I think is going to be the worst teams this year. And when there's 129 teams, there's bound to be a team that goes winless. And there's going to be a lot of group of 5 teams that aren't going to be good. Eastern Michigan's one to think about. UL Lafayette, another one. Both UL Lafayette and UL Monroe. I think that's about it. Troy, I think they're supposed to be. Actually, I don't know. Troy's actually supposed to be pretty good this year, from what I remember. Anyway, enough rambling on. That's pretty much it. See ya.